You guys got your links and stuff, don't you?
I do. I have mine set up. I don't know if RJ, did you get the affiliate link set up yet?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, yeah.
I don't have. Of course, I won't be able to run a demo, but we can talk about whatever y'all want.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I think we just talked about it.
Well, mostly, this I honestly think we're just gonna be more about just like kind of just get some information from you this whole interview, and then at the end you could talk about Princey a little bit.
Yeah, cool. Right. Give me just go quick, but I'll be right back.
So are we live?
Yeah, we're live right now.
All right, let me find.
Duncan went on a pee break, guys. Let's see. Trying to share this stuff. Sharing the link right now.
What's up, Hamza? Who is Silent Assassin? There are all these people that show up in our chats, and I see them every week, and I don't know who they actually are.
All right, sorry about that, man.
I'm sharing the link and stuff right now. 1 second. No, I haven't tried that pizza. No, I haven't tried the pizza place yet.
RJ's trying to be a good boy.
Just had a sushi burrito the other day. I have to keep thinking about. That was amazing. What's up, Bo? What's going on, man? Everybody, what's up? What's up?
What's up?
But everyone that's joining, please go ahead and give the video a thumbs up and share it, please. Appreciate it. Thank you. Where's he? Playing the guitar. What? Duncan going to play the guitar?
Do I want to play the guitar?
That's what they're saying.
I'm not much of a guitar player, man. I'm a hack, but I can play a little bit.
Yeah, so, okay. All right, guys, we have Duncan on the show. He actually, the way I heard about Duncan, we were actually at the Marcella conference, and Anthony was sitting next to me, and he started talking about a guy that was at 20K tier, and he started talking about him, and he came up to me, and he was like, hey, man, this guy came out with a software, or he's helping make a software, and yeah, I was like, what do you mean 20K tier? I haven't seen anybody at 20K tier, and he's coming out with a software, and I was like, this guy's killing it then. He's like, yeah, I'm being serious. Like, he's really killing it. I was like, he entered the group, and he put on all the information. You know, you guys know how you enter a Facebook group, and you enter, like, answer all the questions and stuff like that. Duncan, I guess he put in 20K tier, and Anthony was all over it. He's like, this guy is fucking killing it. So, yeah, that's how I ended up meeting Duncan. Anthony introduced us, and then, yeah, so I'm going from there. So you want to go ahead and tell everybody a little bit about you?
Yeah, man. I've been doing print on demand for, like, I don't know, 5 years, 6 years now. And I started on Teespring, actually. And I was actually doing real estate at the time in California. And my background was in the music business, and I kind of went from doing music stuff and then into some real estate things. And I started following this guy named Pat Flynn and starting to see some of the things that he was doing online with making passive income. And I developed this strategy where actually it was about in your area, RJ, where there was a lot of HUD-owned homes out there.
Yeah.
And I was taking signs and putting them near the property, and another real estate agent can't put another sign on that property, but you can put it near it. And so I was running around all over Southern California, and I had another guy working for me putting these signs near it. And I was like, man, there's got to be a way I can automate this and like post them online. So through doing that, I created this software that would take the listings from the HUD store and then post them online for me in Craigslist and Trulia and Zillow. And then I started getting buyer calls for it. So at that time, the commissions on those properties were like 5%. So, I was closing a bunch of those deals, and I had just got my real estate license. I hadn't sold one house, but I've always been a little bit of a hustler. So from that, I was like, all right, music stuff's kind of drying up. I'm doing a little bit of real estate, but honestly, I really hate it. Too much hand, yada, yada, yada. And so I was like, talking to a buddy of mine in Vegas who I'd met. He and I had done some solo email blasts for one another, and I'd gone over there for some work. And he came over to Gold Nugget, and he was like, dude, I'm killing it with selling T-shirts online. And I'm like, T-shirts? He's like, yeah, on Teespring. And I was like, well, will you show me how to do it? So he started showing me. His name's Kerry Canole. He showed me how to, basically make shirts in Photoshop. I had Photoshop skills at the time. Right before I met him, I made the decision to jump in online full time. And I'd moved in with this buddy of mine because I was going to transition back to Kentucky, where I'm from. And I was in this one little bedroom that I was renting for a friend of mine. And my buddy Kerry had shown me how to do it. And he's like, all right, well, here's how you scale things on Facebook with ads. And so that kind of just fell into it. And he kind of taught me how to do it. And, I got, like, within the first month, man, I only had $5,000 in my name at the time, and I was running out of money to scale ads on Facebook. So I was like calling my brother and calling my best friend, like, dude, I need $10,000, I'm spending $3,000 a day over here. They're like, what are you doing? I'm like, don't worry about it. It's working. Just let me borrow the money, So I borrowed money and I just kept scaling it. And I ended up in that first year, I did like $180,000 on Teespring. And I was like, man, this is awesome, So I just kind of fell into it. And then I was started working with these guys from Gear Launch. They're out of San Francisco. They had recruited me to consult with Gear Launch, and while they were building their platform, because they knew I'd done a lot of different stuff with Teespring and stuff. And so they brought me on board, and I was consulting with them on the checkout process, display things. Oh, don't put those share buttons there. Get them away from the checkout button. Get rid of this. Oh, there's a login button up here. Get rid of that. And just telling them exactly how a marketer thinks in terms of how you eliminate any type of obstacle that will prevent the buyer from making the purchase. And so, these guys were developers and all this stuff and sellers, or not sellers, but they were developers and business guys. And they were running around in Silicon Valley and raising money. And, they've got Gear Launch going, yada, yada, yada. So through that, I actually merged over into Shopify and started building my own store. And right around that time was when merch, like 6 or 8 months later, merch came out. And as soon as I saw it, you're good, babe. Don't worry about it. You're fine. As soon as I saw it, I was like, oh, dude, I got to get on this. This is Amazon's organic traffic. It's ridiculous, And I knew, like, immediately, I remember exactly where I was at. I was in Atlanta, Georgia at a Starbucks. And I called my friend Aaron, and I said, dude, you got to get on this, man. This is going to be big. And so I uploaded a bunch of designs to Merch by Amazon, and I went back over to my Shopify store and was running stuff on Gear Launch and stuff. And 2 weeks later, I logged in. And remember, I'm used to spending money on Facebook to drive T-shirt sales. So I went back, logged in, and checked my Amazon account. I'm like, hang on a second, man. I just sold like 20 shirts, and I didn't do anything, So I was like, ding, 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 I don't have to spend any ad money over here. Let me see how I can get more designs in there. So I probably had several thousand designs at that point. and I just started pushing them over in the merch by Amazon.
Sure.
5 years.
Okay. Yeah, that's pretty crazy. So, are you? Everybody there? Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Matt, you there?
I'm here. I'm good.
Okay. All right. Because I thought I heard something. All right. Cool. So that's crazy. So now you're at 20K tier, and obviously you're doing pretty well. And yeah, that's pretty amazing. So so with Shopify, like, how are you? Are you still doing Shopify? What are you doing over there?
I've still got a Shopify store. I've got 2 of them actually. One of them, my girlfriend and I are getting ready to launch. It's specific to a geographic region, and so we're getting ready to launch that one. And then I have another one that I started like in 2015, and it's got all the typical stuff: police, firefighter, nurses, and stuff like that. So I've just been letting both of those stores sit there for the time being, and they bring a point every month, and there's a lot of stuff that's on Pinterest on them, so I get a lot of organic traffic from Pinterest, and I haven't worked on them at all. But I just hired this company called Easton Digital, and they're going to run all my Google shopping ads for me. So I'm kind of at the point now where I'm leaving money on the table. I'm actually losing money by not, hiring other people to, and you guys know this by running ads and stuff. Matt's the one who showed me how to run AMS ads. And you guys know that optimizing ads and stuff is a full-time job,
Yep.
Yeah.
So I was like, what? Forget this. I'm just going to hire somebody to do it. So I went out and I hired Easton Digital to start doing it, and they're auditing my account and getting everything set up. So I'm hoping to scale that up on both of those stores here in the next month or 2.
Right. So, I mean, you're 20K on Amazon. Obviously, you've been doing POD for a long time. You get Shopify stores, everything else. Like, where do you see yourself going from here? What's the next step?
Look, man, I'm always looking for tools, productivity tools, and that's why I've created different pieces of software to help me in my business, and then share those with you guys, community, and stuff like that. But I really want to get into more. Developing more software maybe, and then I've got a couple apps going at this point, like the emoji type apps. Once I free up some more time, I wouldn't mind my buddy Aaron, who's in on the Orbit Kit thing with me, along with Jeff and Ray, who are the developers and owners of Orbit Kit. I wouldn't mind creating a platform, another marketplace platform. Aaron and I have been talking about that, and possibly even creating some type of, design platform that'll integrate with Orbit Kit.
Okay.
So definitely, there's a bunch of different things. I haven't quite defined exactly where I want to go, but I'm at that point now where I've got to pivot a little bit and start scaling up in different areas.
Right.
Yeah, for sure. Also, so we forgot to get into our last 7 days. I forgot about that. We'll get back to you. You can't even get on it on your computer, right? Huh?
No, the internet's down here for some reason. So
interesting. Okay.
But you know what? No, I can't do it on my phone. Let me refresh my screen here. I don't know what's going on over here with the internet, but
all right, let's get into it. You want to do that real fast, Matt?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so last 7 days, I'm at 261 shirts sold at $822.50.
Nice. I'm at 187 shirts sold for $559.12. Things are looking up. Things have been really good the last couple of days.
I think for me, I looked at mine earlier, and if I recall correctly, I think I was at 256 at like $1,600 and something dollars.
Nice,
interesting. Nice, good. Yeah, so yeah, that's pretty good right there too. All right, so then also you're all in about like developing programs and stuff like that. Like, what's your goal with like getting designs on other platforms? Like, do you have a goal right there at all? Like, do you plan on getting like over 3,000, 5,000 designs on a certain platform? What's your second platform that you're doing good at right now?
Hey man, people are not taking into consideration what Teespring's doing over there. I know a lot of the bigger sellers have, jumped ship on that platform, but I've probably I probably got. I mean, you guys know how many campaigns I have on Teespring.
Yeah.
Those guys have me capped over there, So the cap is at 30,000. Put it that way. So Teespring's awesome for organic traffic. I mean, not awesome, but of the platforms that I'm on, for me, it's Teespring, then Redbubble, Spreadshirt, Cafe Press. We just started doing Inktail. I've got some stuff on Story Envy, Sales. I've got some stuff over in Seller Control, but I'm waiting on my brand approval because I'm grandfathered in the last one.
Mm-hmm.
So I really focus in on that and get that going. Etsy is where I'm focusing a lot of my efforts at this point. Etsy and Shopify, because like I said, I want to diversify. But and that kind of leads us into the tool Princey that I created to upload those designs. So Etsy's got some good traffic, man. I just threw some designs up on Etsy over Christmas and some ugly Christmas sweater looking T-shirt designs, and I was seeing sales come in. So I was like, maybe I need to focus over here. So that's one of the places that I'm focusing, Etsy for sure.
Yeah, I mean, Etsy's a powerhouse. People just don't realize how much traffic Etsy actually gets. Like, it gets a ridiculous amount of traffic there. And then when you combine that with the fact that like their costs are dirt cheap, right? Like they charge 3.5% on every sale. Like they do free Google Shopping ads, everything else. Like Etsy is really good.
I like it, man. Their ad platform is really easy to run. It's like just click a couple of buttons. It's ridiculous.
Yep.
Yeah, for sure. There's a lot of traffic on Etsy. I've been getting sales on Etsy. Like the people have been like a women's shirt and a kid's shirt, or a women's tank top and a kid's shirt. Like a lot of stuff on Etsy. Like right now, is making sales right now. So I'm getting multiple orders right now. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
so I like that.
Tank tops, man. I wasn't even doing tank tops, and my girl was like, "I'm gonna put some tank tops up," and she's been selling for a couple of months now. And I'm like, all right, whatever. I just do the, unisex tee. And all of a sudden she starts selling them. I'm like, oh my God, I got to start doing tank tops.
Yeah, for sure. That's what I've been doing too as well. So the tank tops they're doing pretty well right now. So that's a pretty powerful thing. So all right, so Princey, let's go ahead and talk about that a little bit. I honestly, personally, myself, I haven't used it yet. I know that Matt has. But he hasn't said nothing bad about it at all. So
that's a ringing endorsement there, bro. Seriously, Jesus Christ! All right, so let's get into it. I've been taking care of. I just got done with work, so I was finishing up some shit. So now I can actually talk a little bit. We talked about this a little bit beforehand, like where your next steps are, outsourcing, kind of freeing up your time to do everything. And that's where I think the beauty of Princey is, right? Because if anybody's done Etsy and they've actually done Etsy seriously, Etsy listings fucking suck. They take forever. Like you have to fill out a ton of stuff. You have to do a lot of work. So what exactly is Princey?
Well, if for anyone that's new out there that hasn't used or hasn't been Etsy, Printful is the printing and fulfillment and shipping company for T-shirts, and what they've done is they've integrated into Etsy, so you can actually upload designs into Printful and push them over to draft mode into Etsy. And what I was doing is I've got 2 VAs that do my design work, and back in December I had them uploading my designs over on Etsy, and so I was taking them away from the actual design stuff that they'd actually love to do. And so I was like, man, there's got to be a way I can automate this. So I talked to my developer and I showed him the process. I was like, can you make something for this? And he's like, yeah. And my initial thought was, I'm just gonna make it for myself so I can get my designers back on, designing and doing what they love to do. So I started using it back in like January or February, just testing it, making sure everything was uploading. I think I've got maybe close to 1,000 designs up there right now. And I don't push that many over at once because I don't want to get a flag on my account. I don't do anything infringing or even in the gray area. So Princey basically allows you to take, and I wanted to do a demo, but our internet's down here. But people can go to the link that you guys have there and watch a video and see it. But you can take a batch of like 50, 100, 200, 500 designs and then put them into a folder on your desktop, or you can connect Princey to your Dropbox folder. And there's a specific way that you have to label your files, because what Princey does is it goes in, the way that your files are named is what they use as the title of the shirt.
Mm-hmm.
But Princey will strip out any dashes in the .png or any hyphens or anything like that. So you put your user password into for Printful into Princey, and then you put, your typing speed, the URL of your store, your tags, your product description. And I actually learned this from you, RJ, was you a while back said, hey, if you put the name of your product title in the product description, it helps with SEO. So I took your idea and I said, all right, well, if RJ says that works, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a short code where you can take a short code and put it in the product description, and it'll take the product title and put it in the product description automatically for you. So now you don't have to do any of that. And then you can save all your settings and do all that stuff, and you hit go, and it just starts. You select the shirt that you want. Right now we have tank tops and Bella Canvas and Gildan 6400 and canvas, or not canvas, but just regular posters, and a couple other things. So you hit go, and it starts mimicking a human, and it logs into Printful and starts uploading your designs and puts them into draft mode over in Etsy. And you know what? I actually called Printful and I said, hey, man, here's what I'm doing. I'm probably going to push over, a few thousand designs at once. And they're like, well, why are you calling us? We've got people that upload tens of thousands. This is not a big deal for us. So I was like, all right, cool. So I've just marked my account so that you guys know what I'm doing. And they're like, no, basically they were saying I was a peon. And I was like, good. Because all I wanted to do was just stay off their radar, So that's essentially what it does. And, if anybody's out there that's had to upload any shirts anywhere, to hire a VA, it's at minimum $3 an hour, and 40 hours a week, that's $480 a month. Well, I've got, after this week, and this isn't a scarcity tactic or anything like that, but I'm going to jack the price up to almost $50. But right now, while all of us in this Merch by Amazon and print on demand community, you guys have scratched my back a lot. Like I said, Matt showed me how to do the AMS ads, and RJ, I pick up tips and stuff from you. And it's like, I want all you guys in people that are in your tribe to get this cheap, because look, I ain't getting rich off $9.99 a month, Yeah. So everybody grab it and use it, because I am going to increase it next week, and we're going to start launching like a more of an enterprise version of it. So that's something that I wanted to get out there to help me recoup some of my costs of development. Once I can recoup that, then, I'm going to use the tool anyway. So I thought, well, let me throw it out there for something cheap. Maybe somebody wants to get on Etsy and upload stuff but don't really know how to do it. If I make it $40 or $50 a month, that might prevent them from using it. So if I make it $9.99 a month, everybody can afford that. So you can replace your VA for uploading to Etsy for $9.99 a month. And it also will upload by just changing 6 numbers in the store URL for Printful. You can push it over to Store Envy, Ticktail, Shopify. It'll upload to your own Shopify store. Seller Central. What else am I missing, Lori? Do you know?
You said you can do eBay too, right? Through ShipStation.
I'm not sure. I haven't tested that because I don't do anything on eBay. So
that'd be a powerful one right there.
Yeah, ShipStation will connect through Printful and integrate with eBay through Printful, but I haven't tested that.
Interesting. Yeah, man. So a lot of the newbies, if you guys are watching this, I understand right now, when you guys are coming up and stuff like that, you guys don't understand the process of automation, and that's how it's one of the most important things to do once you get up into the higher tiers and stuff like that. It makes your life so much easier. Because at first it's like, man, okay, I want to get these first 10, 20 sales, but then all of a sudden you have 500 sales, 600 sales, 1,000 sales a month. You want to put them on different platforms. So Etsy's the next one I would recommend. And then the third one is Redbubble. So, or Spreadshirt next, you know what I mean? So you guys, a lot of people, once you get up there and you guys start tearing up and get into the higher tiers, you'll understand this a little bit more better, but if you understand it right now, like I wouldn't hesitate on it. That's for sure. So just something to think about. It's going to make your life so much easier. $10 a month, that's nothing. Yeah. So, and not only that too, like $10 a month, if you come back to Duncan later on and tell him, hey, I jumped on it when it was $10 a month and I appreciate that. What else is coming out? What else are you coming out with? Probably, I don't know. I'm not sure what he'll do, but he'll do something.
I mean, and the big thing too, right? Like, is by having multiple sources of income, like you're not depending on just merch, right? Like I've got payments coming in from all these different sites and everything else. Like it's freaking awesome, right? Like I don't have to worry that like Amazon sucks a dick for a month and we're not making any money.
Yeah. Hey, look, man. I wish I would have taken Frank Kern's advice when I met him like 8 years ago or 9 years ago. And he said, hey, man, just keep building a list, And had I kept building a list, I would be able to go into that list and push a button every day once I find a product, or if I want to share something with my tribe. I'd have a list of probably 100,000 people that know and trust and like me. And I would be able to, it would be like a cash register going off, right? So I wish I would have stuck with him on that and done that and built my list. And the print on demand industry is no different. If you've got designs on merch by Amazon, there's no reason in the world you shouldn't put them on Redbubble, Spreadshirt, Cafe Press, wherever you could put them. But the problem becomes is that it's too time consuming to do it. So then there's a trade-off. Do you upload them yourself because you're broke and you can't afford to hire a VA? Well, then now you're taking time away from doing other things that are going to help grow your business. So you either hire a VA so you can focus on other parts of your business because you're growing your business and growing the footprint of your designs, just like you would be building a list, or you just you just buy a $10 product that'll do all the heavy lifting for you. I mean, it's really simple. If you want to be a real player in the game, even if it's not my software, go get something that will help you automate it and make your life easier.
Right.
That's what all the big guys are doing, man.
For sure. I mean, I see somebody in the comments talking about, well, what are we supposed to do? A lot of us are newer here. We don't have very many designs or whatever. Well, who cares, man? Like Etsy doesn't have a cap on your designs. It's not like merch where you're only limited to 10 slots. Like this is a great opportunity for you to invest some time into Etsy, put some designs up, and then as your merch account starts to take off, then move those designs back over into merch. Like this isn't just because you're starting at the beginning doesn't mean that you can't, put this to work.
That's a great point, man. You know what? Somebody can go into any of these design services where they can buy bulk designs, right? And they can buy one design. And we were talking about this earlier today at lunch. You can buy one bulk design for .psd, and you can change the font in it like that. You can scale. Let's just say national parks, right? Mm-hmm. You can scale the thing out to several hundred national parks. So let's say you might have paid a couple $100 or $100 for a .psd. By the time you've scaled that thing out, you pay $1 per design, or maybe 50 cents per design. You put all those up on Etsy because you can't put any more in merch. And maybe they'll start to trickle you in a little bit of cash every day. Yep. So now you can, whenever merch starts opening you up, then you start to filter those other ones over there. But you still got some money coming in because you've repurposed those designs. And you take those same designs and you go to Redbubble.
Exactly.
You go to all these places. So people would be crazy not to start scaling designs. And
it's, I mean, at the end of the day, it's about working on your business, not working in your business. I mean, that's one of the things that like RJ talked to us about from the very beginning. And it took us a while because we were very, my wife's a designer. I handled all the uploading, everything else. So we kind of resisted it for a while. It's like, why spend the money? We don't have to. I wish we would have, because we would have scaled our business out a lot quicker.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. And also too, like I've been doing a lot of the uploading too right now, but honestly, it's crazy. Like I'm getting so much I have the artists that are working for me right now, man. I honestly enjoy doing the keywords just to I don't know. I'm getting really good with keywords and uploading designs. I enjoy it because of the creativity that they do. I enjoy it. I'm like, wow, this is badass. Fuck.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it just now it's another level. This is a whole nother ball game. But for sure, I know there's one guy that I know. He has 247 designs up on Etsy. I've been wanting to get him on the show next too, but this is how powerful it is. He has 247 live designs. He's at over $1,000 in profit a month already. And just with 247 live designs, just because of the design work. And not only that, just the traffic on Etsy. Like if you have a product, you have a good design on the product on Etsy, people are going to buy. So that's how powerful that is.
Yeah.
So
my designs suck terribly. They're horrible.
I remember when we did like a screen share, we're all sharing each other's designs. I was like, hey, don't be judging my designs, all right?
Oh, mine are terrible, man. Look, man, Aaron and I talk about this all the time. When I talk about with my girl, and she'll have some designs made, and she's like, "Oh, I love this. This is so cute." And I said, "Well, I got bad news for you." She's like, "What?" I said, "It ain't gonna sell because it's too cute. It's gotta be ugly and stupid."
Yeah.
Like I've got some like rainbow colored platypus, watercolor otter shirts, hummingbird shirts. They look so dumb. I put up one the other day. It just said something about a mom, and it was just this big block font. And I'm starting to sell them. It's the dumbest stuff that sells.
I'm always amazed at like how just like the simplest, stupidest stuff will sell. Like always, like I mean, I'll talk about it because like it's not something people are gonna be able to find or whatever. Like we have a shirt that just says tacos, like literally just says tacos, and it sells once a day, every day.
Really? That's crazy, man.
Yeah, I don't know. Just a lot of my stuff that I was selling, it started to make sales. Like right now, that's why our sales are picking up. It's crazy. I don't know. It looks like it's going back to normal for sure on merch. So it's a good thing. They had a question in here. Can it integrate to Amazon? Can Princey integrate to Amazon?
Yeah, if you have a Seller Central account, you can integrate through Printful into Seller Central.
Okay, so from Printful so you can do it with Princey. Okay. I got this little taco shirt right now. Say it again, Matt.
Tacos?
I saw the taco shirt.
I want some goddamn tacos. Where's Primo's Tacos at when I need him?
Only on the weekends now. Thinks he's too good to do Taco Tuesday.
Too good for tacos, huh?
Yeah. So yeah, that's like I said, automation and stuff is a really good thing because it's going to help you scale your business. We're thinking long term. We're not thinking like even short term too. If you can like automate your business, it's a really good thing too because long term you can come up with so much more ideas, research and stuff like that. Like with the shirt game, you think about you're doing more research than pretty much anything. But if you're designing, I'm pretty sure you're doing more. I don't know. It might be the same because I find myself doing more research than designing, but I don't.
I think it's the biggest error most people make is they spend way too much time on like their listings and their designs and everything else. They don't do any research. Like they don't actually like look and see what's selling. Try and figure out where there's a demand. So a lot of times people are just designing shit, and I'm sure RJ gets it all the time too. Like they'll send me a shirt and they're like, "Well, what do you think of this?" And I'm like, "Well, who are you trying to sell this to?"
Yeah,
I mean, it's a cute design, but what's the market? Where are you trying to sell it?
Yeah, most people just don't get it, man. Here's what it comes down to. It comes down to what is the message on the shirt? Does it resonate with the audience? And at that point, price really doesn't matter because, I mean, it can't be a $50 T-shirt.
Yep.
It's got to be reasonably priced. But one of my best-selling shirts, a $24.99 shirt, and it's a simple text-based shirt is all it is. And I put it up at $24.99, and it's been at $24.99 since October 2015.
Mm-hmm.
So,
nice.
Yeah, just the research is important, and you can dive down in those niches and sub-niches and sub-niches of sub-niches, which is I'm pretty deep in a lot of these things. So, down and research on them.
But yeah, not having to spend all day uploading and finding keywords and everything else, you know what I mean? Like it makes a massive difference. Like having that extra time where your brain's not locked up doing that, you're not doing monotonous shit. It allows you to be more creative. It allows you to really think about your business, other avenues where you can actually expand your business.
Hey, think about this. Let's say you're a one-man operation like I was, like we all were when we started, right? Well, you had your wife, Matt.
Right.
But let's just most people that are doing this are starting up by their stuff. So let's say you got some design skills or you can acquire designs somehow. You still got to do some research. Then you still got to label those files. You've got to organize those files, and then you've got to upload them to, or let's say you have to upload them to Etsy. So you still get, when you get to that point when you're ready to upload, let's say you got 100 designs, well, you got to upload those by hand to Etsy at this point through Printful. Well, that's probably going to take you, I don't know, what, 3 or 4 hours maybe?
Easily. Yeah.
Maybe more. So when you get to that point when you're ready to upload, wouldn't it make sense just to have a tool that you put them in a folder and you hit go? And now you can start a batch of designs that you want to get done and research those. Now you have your own virtual assistant that won't talk back, doesn't take lunch breaks, not going to steal your financial information, doesn't take naps. You know, the electricity doesn't go out. You know, they're not on Ramadan. No, you hit go and it starts to work for you, and it does all the heavy lifting.
Yeah, yeah.
How many times your VAs hit you up, RJ? Hey, I lost power last night, so I can't do any designs.
This new guy I'm trying to hire, he's like, I'm taking my wife to the hospital. That's what he started off with.
Yeah, I had my sister's going to the hospital, so can I get an advance? That happened a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, dude, I've heard them all. I even had this one is like, it's hot over here and we're having a hard time working in my apartment. Can you buy me an air conditioner? Yes, I'll buy you an air conditioner. Get me those files. I will send it to you. Hurry.
I mean, it is what it is. You know, I mean, it's just, you know, part of it's the cost of business with somebody that's not, you know, in the United States and they're not in your office, everything else. But when you can outsource certain things, right? Like, so the menial tasks, the things that you don't want to have to do, like, I'm all about it.
Here's the other thing too, man. If anybody else is a Mac person like I am, it's like, you know, I've got 3 PCs sitting in my basement, and I access all 3 PCs through a TeamViewer. I don't run Princey on. I mean, Princey will only run on a PC, but the cost of a PC, you know, a decent one that'll run Princey is $300, $250. You might be able to get a refurb somewhere running Windows 10, and Princey's $9.99 a month at the moment. And if you had to hire a VA to upload those designs, it's going to cost you $500 a month. You're already ahead of the game.
Yeah,
by buying a dedicated PC to run Princey and getting Princey. It's a no-brainer.
Yeah, for sure. Like, it's just like another thing too is like once you get up to that certain level, you ain't gonna be able to do it by yourself. That's what me and Matt were talking about before we started this live. Is like when we're scaling, you can't do it by yourself. That's for damn sure. You can't. If you want to be to it, well, it all depends like what you're trying to do, of course, because I can't shoot no one else's goals down. But if the way me and Matt are trying to be on to a different level, it's all about like automation and then outsourcing, of course. You know what I mean? To make things like just go a lot faster. So
yeah, man.
And building a team. So very important.
Hey man, here's another thing too. They have interest-free credit cards out there, right? If you've got decent credit, let's say you can't afford to buy the PC, or I mean, Blockbuster will give you a freaking credit line for $500. I mean, you should be able to get that. I mean, go and get it. Go do it. Invest in your business. You can go get an interest-free credit card from a bank with a $500 credit limit. Use that to buy your PC and pay for a few months of Princey. I mean, invest in yourself. Invest in your future. You'll see the returns on it down the line. But those people that are scared or on the fence or hesitant because they see all this money going out and they might not see the exact results that they want initially. I mean, you probably shouldn't be being an entrepreneur anyway, you know? So
right.
As long as you're making enough money to break even or close to breaking even, then stay in the game and keep doing something until it works, you know?
Yeah. I mean, this is the only business where I consistently see people talking about how, well, it's too much money, right? Like fucking business, you have to invest. Like the people are so spoiled with this business sometimes, and the fact that like merch, they don't have to put any money out and everything else. It's like, this is the only business I know where I don't sink a bunch of money into it at the beginning and end up, being in the hole for a while before I got it profitable.
Dude, print on demand in its current state online is like the most accessible business that there is. I've never seen anything like it. Nothing.
Yeah, it's crazy because I remember I had my merch account for like the longest time, and I never did nothing with it until I realized when I started getting my ass kicked, and then I started thinking about it a little bit more. I'm like, wait up. So, yeah.
Hey,
yeah.
Whenever there's been moments in my life where I was very broke and like literally sleeping in my car because I was pursuing music related, you know. There's nothing more liberating than getting a little bit of coin in your pocket. And those struggles were self-imposed struggles, right? So I didn't have to struggle. I could have went out and got a normal job, but for me, I wanted to put the time and effort into what I was doing because I'm an all or nothing guy, you know. So, man, the internet, we have the internet and Facebook and social media and all these resources, man. It's an exciting time to be an entrepreneur. There's so much stuff that can be done that requires a very limited skill set. So, you know, reach out to people like RJ and Matt. I mean, even at the level that I'm at, I'm still learning from RJ and Matt. Matt, like I said, I've said it 2 or 3 times today. Matt taught me how to do AMS ads. So don't don't be hesitant to reach out to somebody who may be an influencer. You never know, somebody may help you, you know? I mean, I help a lot of people try to get started. So I want to see people be successful. And yeah, don't hesitate. It might not be the first one you pick, but you will stumble across somebody who might have 15 or 20 minutes that gives you that little nugget or that little tip where you can go, I get it now. Now let me go do it. And that might be the thing that sets you off.
Definitely PM RJ. Like he gets back to your PMs like instantly. He's really quick.
Yeah, that's what I hear, right?
I have like 100 request messages.
Look at you, man. Dude, you're like the Kim Kardashian at POD.
Yeah.
Everybody
man.
Everybody wants a little bit of RJ, right?
Nah, it's man because it's like I told you at the very beginning. It's just like everybody was scared to show their design, and I showed a couple of my designs, and I was like, "Hey, it's making sales. Here you go. And this is how much it made." And honestly, it wasn't probably one of the best designs. People were talking smack about it, but then people understood how easy it was, and then it started making sales. I might even just bring that because I actually blocked that video on my YouTube. But I might just bring it back up just to kind of get some views on it.
Hey, man.
You know what I mean?
Dude, always remember where you came from. I've got a picture at my house. Here's a funny one. My entire house was remodeled, and I bought my house off selling T-shirts. How about that? You know, 100%.
We know a couple people now.
Mm-hmm.
Fuckers.
I'm on my wall at my house. Me in Florida, like sleeping on a mattress, and it's like I put it up there intentionally to remind myself where I came from. You know. And
yeah, for sure.
It's easy to forget the progress that we make and the little steps that we take to self-improvement and in business as well. So, you know, every once in a while, stop and pat yourself on the back, man. It's just these little accomplishments and these little successes that will lead to the next one and the next one, and hopefully they'll get bigger and bigger for you. So don't, you know, it's not all going to come to you at once, and you're not going to have a windfall of money. It might just be a little trickle in here, a little trickle in there, a little trickle in there. And it's the accumulative effect that will end up putting that coin in your pocket that will allow you to eventually do what you want what it is that you want to do, you know?
Yeah.
Right. Let's take some questions from the audience. I've seen people ask some questions like people want to know, does the software just do T-shirts now on Etsy? Right, it's just apparel right now.
It's just apparel, and it'll do prints, do tank tops and stuff like that at this point. But we may add some mugs here before too long.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Someone asked, can you upload to Redbubble or is it and Teespring with the Princey software?
No, but that kind of segues us into the next one, which next is it 17th, May 17th?
Yeah, May 17th.
Yeah, we're gonna Jeff and Ray from those guys built the gear launch platform, and they brought Aaron and I on a year and a half ago to consult on that, and we're going to be launching. We're going to be doing a webinar on that on the 17th that will upload to 4 different platforms. The 5th one beta testing right now, and there's a 6th and a 7th one coming on board, they're both huge.
Yeah.
So we're waiting on that to happen, but there will be a tool next week that you will be able to drop designs in, and it will trickle out 20 designs a day to all these different platforms.
Okay. Yeah, that's gonna be a whole nother interview right there on the 17th. So all the questions on that one right there. Post a link in the group for that one right there. If you guys haven't joined, join. It's only 100 people for each link, so I'm probably about 5 links out. So only 5, maybe like 500 people to the webinar. I'm not sure how that works.
No, it's 100. It's 100 people total.
That's it.
100 people total. Yeah, that's it.
No. Well, hey, we're going to open it up a little bit. We were talking with the webinar people today, so we're going to open it up a little bit in terms of getting more people on.
Gotcha.
So, but it's still, I mean, last time I checked before the internet went out, there were 609 registrants. So I'm telling you, this isn't scarcity. This is not false scarcity. There's a serious demand for this product out there. And if you don't get there early, you will be locked out.
Yeah, I mean, people seem to think that they're just going to be able to walk into it. Like they're only taking a certain number of people, guys. That's it. Yeah. Like they don't want to flood these platforms, and then it takes away the value of the tool if suddenly we let 3,000 people onto the thing and they just start mass uploading all over the place.
Yeah. Not only that, guys, but it's the fact that we want the user experience to be good. So we're going to have to onboard every person that's coming on board because we want to walk through with them and hold their hand and go, here is how you do it, because we want to be successful with it, because if they're successful and they're happy with it, then they will stick around and continue to pay for it.
Exactly.
So we can't onboard 1,000 people and just cut them all loose. There's that part of it, and then there's quality control, and we don't want anybody on the platform selling NFL shirts if they don't have a license for it. So we're going to be having to police those, the trademark infringement and stuff like that. And somebody is trying to spoil everything for everyone, then they will be banished into outer space.
Yeah.
There's a few questions right here in the chat. Says Matt, how much time do you spend when you started?
How much time did I spend when I started? I think I'm pretty sure it said RJ on that question. When I started, I don't know, man. Like, I don't remember. That was a while ago. That was last year. We started having success pretty much right away, though. So we tiered up really quick. So we spent a lot of time on it.
Yeah. Honestly, like it's not about the time. It's about hitting your goals. Once you hit your goals, then you're still like, I still haven't hit my goal, and I'm still going, and it's irritating at times, but you're still doing it though. That's all that matters, and you're not going to give up. So, let's see. Does the software just do T-shirts now to list on Etsy?
We just
answer that one. How much is that one going to be? That's all on the. How much is that software going to be? That's going to be.
On the webinar.
Yeah, that's going to be on the webinar, and then if you're talking about Princey, it's in the description down below. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, I think that's about it right there. Because we're gonna have another interview at 6 p.m. Another hour from now. We have another interview with Anna, and I think that's it. Is that it, Matt? What you think?
I think so, man.
We're done?
You guys are doing a great thing for the community, and you offer tons of value. And one of the things that I've always liked about you guys is you're not bullshitters. So it's refreshing. You guys call it how you see it, and that's part of the reason that we gravitated towards you guys to bring you on board with the other software, was because you guys call it how you see it. You guys are real. I like what you guys are. What I'm trying to say.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
All right, man. Hey,
okay. All right, guys.
I'm gonna get out of here. All right.
Cool. Thanks, Doug.
Thank you, Duncan.
Hey,
okay. All right, guys. Welcome. All right, guys. We're gonna call it right here. We're gonna see you guys in another hour. Me and Matt are gonna take like a 30-minute break. I'm probably gonna go drive around real fast. I'll be right back.
I'm gonna get some food, have something to drink.
Yeah. Okay. All right, brother. I'll see you in a little bit. All right, Matt. Good job.